Welcome back to our channel. Do you have an old jar full of pennies just sitting around collecting dust? What if I told you that one of those could be worth millions of dollars? That's right. In today's video, we're diving deep into the top 7 most valuable rare USA wheat pennies that could change your life forever. So grab your magnifying glass, because you might just be holding a treasure. Before we dive into these coin masterpieces, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin that could be hiding in your pocket. Today, we're shining a spotlight on one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1940s Lincoln Wheat Penny. This little copper coin, minted over 80 years ago, might look ordinary at first glance, but certain rare versions of it are worth a staggering amount of money. In fact, one recently sold for as much as $78,299. So how did a 1-cent coin from 1940 reach such incredible heights in the collector's market? Let's take a closer look at the coin's history, design, unique mint characteristics, rarity, and what factors influence its modern-day value. First, let's start with the background. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became the first U.S. coin to feature the image of a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most beloved presidents in American history. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing profile of Lincoln with the words, "In God We Trust." Above his head, Liberty, to the left, and the date and mint mark on the right side of the coin. On the reverse side, you'll find 2 stalks of wheat curving along the edges of the coin with the words 1 cent and United States of America boldly in the center, along with the Latin phrase E pluribus unum at the top. Now, let's zoom in on the 1940s Lincoln Wheat Penny specifically. The S mint mark on this penny indicates that it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. In total, the San Francisco Mint produced approximately 112,940,000 of these pennies in 1940. At first glance, that might not sound rare. After all, that's a huge number. But here's the twist: not all of those coins were struck perfectly, and only a very small number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition today. That's what drives the value of this particular coin sky high. It's not just about how many were made. It's about how many have been preserved in exceptional condition with flawless surfaces, strong strikes, and beautiful original red luster. High-grade examples of the 1940s Lincoln Wheat Penny, especially those graded MS67 or higher by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, are extremely rare. In fact, only a handful of coins in that top-tier grade exist in the entire world. These are the coins that command massive prices at auctions. One such coin, graded MS67 Plus read by PCGS, fetched a jaw-dropping $78,299 when it came up for sale. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for coins that represent the absolute best of their kind. So, what makes these coins so valuable? It all comes down to several key factors. The first is condition. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most coins you'll find in circulation today will fall somewhere in the low to mid range, heavily worn from years of handling. But the 1940s Lincoln Wheat Penny in near-perfect condition is in a class of its own. The second factor is the color. Lincoln Wheat Pennies are often categorized by color designations: brown, and red, with full red coins being the most desirable, as they have retained their original coppery mint luster. The third factor is rarity in that specific condition. Even though millions of 1940s pennies were struck, only a small fraction exist in top grades with full red color and no spots, scratches, or blemishes. The historical significance of the 1940s penny also adds to its charm. Minted during the early years of World War II, this penny represents an era of transformation in American history. It circulated during a time when the United States was just beginning to ramp up its industrial might, and the coin itself became part of everyday life for Americans living through uncertain times. Holding one of these pennies is like holding a piece of that history in your hand. Now, let's talk about how to identify if you have a valuable 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny in your own collection. First, check the date. It should clearly read 1940 on the obverse. Look just below the date and to the right of Lincoln's bust for the S mint mark. Next, examine the coin's surface condition. Does it still shine with a reddish luster? Are there minimal signs of wear? If you think your coin is in extremely good condition, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC can provide a detailed analysis and officially assign a grade, which can drastically increase the value of your coin if it turns out to be a top-grade specimen. Even lower-grade examples of the 1940s penny can fetch a nice premium over face value. A circulated coin in average condition might be worth anywhere from 15 cents to a few dollars depending on its wear and overall appeal. Uncirculated examples can range from $10 to several $100s. But again, it's those elite examples in pristine MS-67 red condition that reach values like $78,299, making them true treasures in the coin collecting world. If you're searching through coin rolls, old jars, or inherited collections, keep your eyes peeled for this amazing coin. You never know, that old penny you're holding might just be one of the rarest examples in existence. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a journey through history, art, and economics, and sometimes, it leads to life-changing discoveries. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny is a coin to watch for. Its humble origins, historical roots, beautiful design, and sky-high value potential make it one of the most exciting coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1940s Wheat penny and want to learn more about other valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare Lincoln Wheat penny, or if you have questions about your coin collection. We love hearing from fellow treasure hunters. Until next time, happy collecting, and good luck finding your own $78,299 penny. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel where we uncover the secrets of rare and valuable coins that might be hiding in your pocket change. If you're a coin collector, a history lover, or just curious about valuable coins, you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. Because today, we're talking about a truly remarkable and highly sought-after coin, the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that has shocked collectors with its impressive value of up to $78,387 in the current market. That's right, a humble 1-cent coin from 1944, without a mint mark, could be worth nearly $80,000 if you have the right one in your hands. So grab your magnifying glass, because this is a coin you'll definitely want to look out for. Let's dive deep into the history, key features, rarity, grading, and market value of the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. First, let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln Wheat penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. The obverse of the coin features a bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," along the top, "Liberty," on the left side, and the date of issue on the right. The reverse displays 2 wheat stalks encircling the words, 1 cent, and United States of America, with the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, above. Now, fast forward to 1944, a very significant year in both U.S. history and coin history. World War II was ongoing, and the United States Mint was recovering from the controversial 1943 steel penny experiment. In 1943, pennies were struck on zinc-coated steel planchets due to a copper shortage. But in 1944, the U.S. Mint returned to using copper-based planchets, made primarily from salvaged shell casings. This was known as the shell case bronze. Composition: 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The Philadelphia Mint struck an enormous number of pennies in 1944, over 1.4 billion in total. Yes, billion with a B. And these coins had no mint mark, which was standard practice for coins made at the Philadelphia Mint at the time. So, the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny may seem common at first glance. But as always with coins, condition and variety make all the difference. So, what makes a 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny worth $78,387 today? Let's break it down. There are a few key factors. 1. Condition and grade. One of the biggest value drivers for any coin is its condition, or grade. Coins that are in mint state, especially MS-65 and above, are extremely valuable. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln cent in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Coins graded MS-67 red by PCGS or NGC are considered top-tier examples. If your coin retains its original mint luster, has no scratches, and is perfectly struck, you're looking at serious money. Point 2. Color designation: red, red-brown. Brown. The 1944 Lincoln penny was originally minted with a bright red copper color. Over time, due to oxidation, the color may darken to red-brown or brown. Red coins, designated RD, are worth the most, especially in high mint states. A 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny in MS-67 RD condition is what drives the price into the $78,000 plus range. Point 3. Errors and varieties. Some 1944 Lincoln pennies have mint errors or unique varieties. These can include double die averse, DDO, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even transitional errors where the coin was accidentally struck on a steel planchet leftover from 1943. A legitimate 1944 penny struck on a steel planchet is an ultra-rare coin worth over $100,000. But even without such an error, a clean MS-67 red copper penny is still a treasure. Point 4. Rarity and high grade. While over a billion 1944 Lincoln pennies were minted, very few have survived in perfect, untouched condition. Most entered circulation and were worn down over time. That's why high-grade examples are incredibly rare and command top dollar. Now let's talk numbers. Here's a quick breakdown of the value range of a 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny based on condition: very fine, VF20, around 10 cents to $0.25; extremely fine, EF40, around 30 cents to $0.50; about uncirculated, -50 Australian dollars, around $1 to $2.00; uncirculated. MS-60 to MS-63, anywhere from $3 to $100.00; mint state MS-65 red, around $1,000 to $5,000; mint state MS-67 red, ranges from $25,000 to over $78,387, depending on appeal, strike, and auction demand. And yes, you heard that right, a single 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny in MS-67 red condition recently sold at auction for $78,387, making it one of the most valuable examples of this type ever recorded. So, how do you know if you have a valuable one? Here's what to look for: bright, red copper color, no dull brown or darkened surface, sharp, full strike with no visible wear, no scratches, nicks, or spots. Check with a magnifier for any double die features or unusual errors, and most importantly, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Even if your 1944 wheat penny isn't worth tens of thousands, it's still a piece of American history, minted during one of the most important years of the 20th century. In conclusion, the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is not just a common cent, it's a symbol of wartime America, a fascinating piece of numismatic history. And for the lucky few, it's a life-changing jackpot. So, the next time you go through your change, make sure to keep an eye out for a shiny 1944 penny with no mint mark and sharp features. Who knows? You could be holding a small copper coin worth nearly $80,000. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bells so you never miss a new video about rare coins worth big money. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Do you have a 1944 wheat penny in your collection? We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back to our channel, where today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you're someone who loves coin collecting or you're just curious about the change jingling in your pocket, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to uncover the incredible story behind the 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but is actually worth tens of thousands of dollars in today's collector's market. That's right, some versions of this coin have sold for as high as $50, $2.98, so stay tuned, because we're going to break down its origin, mintage history, errors to look for, grading, collector demand, and of course, how much it's worth today. You'll be amazed at what one little penny can be worth. Let's get started. Section 1. Historical background. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin features the classic profile of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has endured for over a century and remains in circulation even today. Now, 1946 was a significant year in American history. World War II had just ended in 1945, and the country was transitioning back to a peacetime economy. In previous years, during the war, the U.S. Mint had experimented with alternative materials for coinage, like the famous 1943 steel penny. But by 1946, the Mint had returned to using 95% copper and 5% zinc, restoring the familiar reddish tone of the Lincoln penny. The 1946 penny came in three mint varieties, one from Philadelphia, which carries no mint mark, one from Denver, D mint mark, and one from San Francisco, S mint mark. Among these, the Philadelphia issue, with no mint mark under the date, is one of the most commonly found. Yet despite its higher mintage, some rare versions of this coin are worth a fortune, if you know what to look for. Section 2. Mintage and distribution. Let's talk numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced a staggering 991,655,000 Lincoln Wheat pennies in 1946. That's nearly 1 billion coins. So why would a coin minted in such large numbers be worth so much today? Well, the majority of those coins have long since worn down, been lost, or simply circulated into oblivion. But a small number of surviving coins remain in exceptional condition, or exhibit rare die errors, and those are the ones collectors are willing to pay big money for. Section 3. Key features and what to look for. The first thing to check is that the coin has no mint mark under the year 1946. That confirms it's from the Philadelphia Mint. Next, examine the obverse, front, and reverse, back for clarity, sharpness of detail, and any unusual features. Some 1946 no-mint mark pennies are known for die cracks off center strikes double dies, especially doubling in the word liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." Lamination errors, repunch dates or repunched mint marks, though less likely on no-mint mark coins. Another important aspect is color and luster. Uncirculated coins that maintain their bright, original copper color, known as red RD designation, are much more desirable than those that have dulled to brown or red-brown. Section 4. Coin grading and market value. Now let's talk about coin grading, which plays a huge role in value. Grading is typically done by third-party services like PCGS or NGC and is based on a 70-point scale, with MS, mint state, 60 to 70 indicating uncirculated condition. Here's a breakdown of potential values based on condition. A heavily worn 1946 no-mint mark penny in good, G4, condition might sell for just a few cents to $1. In fine, F12 condition, it could fetch between $1 to $3. In extremely fine, EF40 condition, prices might jump to $5 to $10. A coin in about uncirculated, 50 Australian dollars, condition might be worth $20 to $50. Uncirculated examples, MS60 to MS63, can sell from $100 to $1,000, depending on the color and strike quality. MS65 red specimens, with stunning luster and perfect surfaces, can fetch up to $5,000 or more. But here's the big one. An exceptionally high-grade MS-67 red example with a clean strike and no flaws can bring in over $50,000 at auction, and that's exactly what one such coin did, reaching a current market value of $50,298. That's right, $50,298 for a single penny, all because it was preserved in pristine condition with top-tier grading. Section 5, Collector Demand and Investment Potential. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny is especially popular among collectors who aim to complete a full set of Lincoln cents from 1909 to 1958. It's also a must-have for those collecting post-war era coins or coins with high numismatic potential. What makes the 1946 no-mint mark coin even more desirable is its historical context. It symbolizes America's post-war optimism and return to tradition. That, combined with high-grade scarcity and the possibility of rare die errors, makes this coin a valuable investment for serious numismatists. As more people become aware of the coin's potential value, demand increases. And with demand, so does the price. Section 6. Tips for finding one and what to do if you have it. If you're wondering where you might find one of these rare coins, here are some tips. Check old coin jars, piggy banks, and inherited coin collections. Visit estate sales, garage sales, or flea markets. Sort through penny rolls from the bank. You'd be surprised what you can find. If you already have a 1946 no-mint mark penny, examine it carefully, and consider having it graded by PCGS or NGC if it looks to be in excellent condition. Remember, the difference between a penny worth a few cents and one worth over $50,000 often comes down to grade and rarity of error. So handle it with care and store it properly. To wrap things up, the 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fantastic example of how something so common can become extraordinarily valuable. With the right condition, the right rarity, and the right buyer, this humble little penny can be worth as much as $50,298. Or even more in future auctions. So keep your eyes peeled, check your change, and maybe, just maybe, you're holding a small fortune right in the palm of your hand. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about coins that could change your life financially. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting! And may your next penny be worth a fortune. Hello coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel where we explore the hidden fortune inside your pocket change. Today, we have a very special and exciting coin to talk about, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. This little copper coin, often overlooked by many, could be worth a whopping $56,988 in today's rare coin market. So, grab your coin jars, your magnifying glasses, and let's dive deep into the incredible story, value, and hidden secrets behind the 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. You won't want to miss this, especially if you're hoping to uncover treasure in your spare change. Segment 1. History of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Let's start with a bit of background. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the legendary Lincoln Cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and not just any figure, but one of America's most respected presidents. The reverse design on the 1950 penny, like all Lincoln Wheat Cents minted from 1909 through 1958, features two stylized wheat stalks curving upward on each side, a symbol of prosperity and agricultural strength. That's why these coins are often referred to as wheat pennies. Now, in 1950, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 272 million Lincoln pennies. These coins, struck without a mint mark, might seem ordinary at first glance, but rare die varieties, minting errors, and pristine conditions have made certain examples extremely valuable today. Segment 2. Physical features and composition. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny has the following features. Composition: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19 mm. Edge: plain designer, Victor David Brenner on the obverse, or front side, you'll see the famous right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, along with the words, "In God We Trust." At the top, Liberty, to the left, and the year, 1950, on the lower right side. If the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it will have no mint mark under the year. The reverse has the two iconic wheat ears and the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. Segment 3. What makes the 1950 no mint mark penny valuable? Here's where things get exciting. While over 272 million of these coins were minted, most were heavily circulated, which means they suffered wear and tear from decades of use. But some coins were either forgotten in drawers, sealed in rolls, or preserved in coin collections. These well-preserved coins, especially in mint state, can fetch thousands of dollars, and in rare cases, even more. What drives the value up? Condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, that's mint state 65 on the Sheldon scale, are extremely rare and valuable. Strike quality. A strong, clean strike can make a coin stand out from the rest. Luster and eye appeal. That brilliant copper red shine, free from spotting or dullness, is highly sought after. Errors and varieties. There are examples of 1950 no mint mark wheat pennies with double die obverse, DDO, or die cracks, which dramatically boost their value. Segment 4. Real-world value and auction. Record. So how much is your 1950 Lincoln wheat penny worth? Well, that depends on the condition. In circulated condition, a 1950 penny with no mint mark is worth between 5 cents and $1.50. In uncirculated condition, it can be worth between $10 and $100, depending on the grade. But here's the kicker. In superb gem condition, specifically a mint state 67 red, MS 67 RD, these coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices. One such coin sold at auction for $56,988, setting a record and shocking the numismatic world. This was due to its perfect surface, brilliant luster, and immaculate preservation. Imagine having a coin in your pocket change that could pay off your debt, fund your education, or even buy a car. Segment 5. What to look for. Tips to identify a high-value penny. If you have a 1950 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, here's what you should look for. Full details. Check the wheat ears and Lincoln's hair. Are all the lines crisp and detailed? If yes, that's a great sign. Color. If the penny still has that original red or reddish-orange copper tone, it could be a red RD designation, which significantly increases its value. Lack of wear. The fewer scratches, nicks, and blemishes, the better. No mint mark. Remember, this video is about the Philadelphia minted coin with no mint mark under the year. Error checks. Look closely for signs of doubling in the lettering or date. Double die errors or repunch dates can skyrocket the coin's value. Segment 6. How to get your coin graded. If you think you've got a high-value 1950 penny, don't try to clean it. That can actually reduce its value. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A certified grade will authenticate your coin and possibly reveal that you have a treasure on your hands. Segment 7. Final thoughts. Is it worth searching for? Absolutely yes. The 1950 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny proves that not all treasure is buried underground. Some of it is hiding right in your coin jar or tucked inside an old envelope from grandma. While most 1950 pennies won't make you rich overnight, the rare ones in exceptional condition are genuine collector's gems. And if you're lucky enough to find one of those, you could be holding a coin worth $56,988 or more. So, keep checking your change. Look through old coin rolls. Hit up estate sales and flea markets. Because you never know when a simple 1-cent coin could change your life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1950 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a valuable find. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1950 penny in your collection, or if you want us to explore another rare coin. And remember, The next big treasure might be sitting in your pocket right now. Until next time, happy collecting and keep hunting for that hidden fortune. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and exploring one extraordinary piece of numismatic history, the 1951 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This coin might seem like just another old penny to the average person, but to collectors and experts, it holds incredible historical value and can be worth a lot of money. In fact, one of these rare gems recently sold for an astonishing $23,757. So if you've got some old pennies lying around, you might want to check for this one. Let's uncover the story behind this valuable coin, its origins, unique features, how to identify a rare one, and of course, its current market value. Make sure to stay with us until the end. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from the classical Liberty depictions of previous coins. The wheat ears on the reverse, also known as wheat cents, were featured until 1958, making these coins one of the most beloved and collectible series in American numismatic history. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1951. This was a post-World War II era. The U.S. economy was booming, and coins were being minted in high numbers to keep up with demand. The Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark beneath the date, produced over 625 million Lincoln cents in 1951. That's right, more than 625 million. So you might be wondering, how can a coin with such a large mintage be worth nearly $24,000 today? Well, that's where things get interesting. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and era varieties. First, let's talk about condition. Most 1951 D Lincoln pennies you'll find in circulation today are heavily worn, scratched, or discolored. After all, they've been around for over 70 years. However, the few examples that were never circulated, those that were preserved in mint state condition, can fetch extremely high prices at auction. For example, a 1951 D Lincoln cent graded MS67 Plus red by PCGS, meaning it's in near-perfect condition with full original red luster, sold for a whopping $23,757. That's because only a handful of coins exist in such pristine condition out of the hundreds of millions originally minted. Coin grading is done on a scale from 1 to 70, and anything in the upper 60s is considered a top-tier coin. Next, let's discuss errors and varieties. The 1951 D Lincoln penny is known for some subtle yet valuable die varieties, including repunched mint marks, RPMs, doubled dies, and off-center strikes. An RPM occurs when the Denver Mint punched the D Mint mark into the die more than once, creating a visible doubling effect. If you have a 1951 D with a clear RPM, it can increase its value significantly. A high-grade RPM example can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars on its own. Now, let's get into how you can identify a potentially valuable 1951 D penny. First, check the date and mint mark. Ensure it says 1951 D clearly. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to closely examine the D for any signs of repunching or doubling. Look at the coin's overall condition. Does it still have its red luster? Is it free from scratches and dings? If your coin looks brand new and has a bright copper red appearance, it may be worth submitting to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Also, always look at the reverse side of the coin. The wheat stalks should be well defined and crisp. If you see any doubling on the words 1 cent or United States of America, you might have a valuable double die reverse error. Now let's talk about market value. In average circulated condition, the 1951 D penny is worth about 5 to 25 cents, maybe a little more to beginner collectors. In uncirculated mint state condition, the value climbs fast. A typical MS63 red penny might sell for $10 to $25, while an MS65 red could be worth $50 to $100. But it's those ultra-rare MS-67 or MS-67 Plus red coins that truly shine. These are the coins that collectors dream about, ones that look as if they were minted yesterday. That's the condition level where one 1951 penny sold for an amazing $23,757 at public auction. That's nearly $24,000 for a single penny. Imagine finding one of those in an old jar, a box of your grandfather's belongings, or even in pocket change. It happens more often than you think. Many valuable coins are hiding in plain sight because people just don't know what to look for. Let's do a quick recap. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted in huge quantities, over 625 million, but only a few survive today in perfect mint state, red condition. Some have rare errors like repunched mint marks or double dies, which can add massive value. And if you're lucky enough to own one in MS-67 Plus red condition, you could be sitting on a coin worth $23,757 or even more. So what can you do now? Check your change jars, go through your old coin collections, and ask your relatives if they have any old pennies stored away. If you find a 1951 penny, inspect it closely for condition and possible errors. And if you suspect you have a rare one, don't clean it, just get it graded. Before we wrap up, here's a fun tip. When you're checking for 1951 pennies, don't forget to also look for other valuable wheat cents like the 1909 SVDB, the 1914 D, or the famous 1955 double die. These can also bring in thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars if you find the right one. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next rare coin spotlight. Share this video with your fellow collectors or anyone who loves a good treasure hunt. Who knows? The next big coin discovery could be hiding in your pocket. This has been your deep dive into the 1951 Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big story, and potentially an even bigger payday. Until next time, happy collecting, and may all your pennies shine bright. Hello, treasure hunters, coin lovers, and rare money collectors. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden gems that might be sitting in your pocket change. Today, we have a truly amazing story to share about a special coin that could make you thousands of dollars richer. We're talking about the 1942 mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin that is now worth an astonishing $69,277 in today's rare coin market. That's right, this little copper coin could change your life if you find the right one. So make sure to watch this video all the way through because we're going to dive deep into its history, design details, rarity, grading, errors, and what makes it so incredibly valuable. Let's get started. Let's go back in time to the year 1942. The United States was involved in World War II, and that era saw many changes in coin production due to wartime metal shortages. However, in 1942, the Lincoln Wheat cent was still being struck in its traditional form, made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, measuring 19 millimeters in diameter, and weighing 3.11 grams. These cents were produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, San Francisco, S Mint Mark, and Denver, D Mint Mark. Our focus today is on the Denver Mint, which produced over 206 million Lincoln cents that year. That number may sound high, and it is, but here's the twist. While most of these coins are common and found in average circulated condition, there are rare survivors in exceptional grades and with unique traits that can fetch massive money. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1942 penny. The obverse, or front, features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. His initials, VDB, can sometimes be found at the bottom of the reverse side in early years, but not on the 1942 coin. On this coin, Lincoln faces to the right, with the words, "In God We Trust." Above his head, Liberty, to the left, and the date, 1942, to the right, with the tiny D mint mark just below the year, indicating it was minted in Denver. The reverse side has the two famous wheat ears, which gave these pennies their nickname, wheat cents. It also shows 1 cent, United States of America, and e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. So, what makes the 1942 D Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? It all comes down to 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and demand. Let's begin with condition. Coin collectors follow the Sheldon coin grading scale, which ranges from pur, P1, all the way to mint state, MS 70. Most 1942 D pennies you'll find today are in well-worn, circulated condition, maybe grading fine, F12, or very fine, VF20, and might be worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars. But here's the jackpot: when this coin is found in mint state, especially in higher grades like MS65 red, MS66 red, or even MS67 red, the value skyrockets. That's because it's extremely rare for a coin that's over 80 years old to survive in flawless, untouched condition. In one famous auction, a 1942 D penny graded MS67 red by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, sold for a jaw-dropping $69,277. Yes, 1 cent turned into over $69,000, simply because of its pristine condition, blazing red luster, and overall eye appeal. Now let's talk rarity. While over 200 million of these were made, very few were preserved properly. Most entered circulation, got scratched, dented, or lost. The 1942 D becomes especially rare when we're talking about perfect or near-perfect examples, which are very hard to come by. There are also rare error varieties that add immense value. Some examples include double die obverse, where the date or lettering appears doubled, or off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't struck squarely on the blank. Even repunched mint marks, RPM, can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on clarity and grade. So if you have a 1942 D penny, inspect it carefully with a magnifier or take it to a reputable coin dealer. Next, let's discuss demand. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most collected coin series in the world. From novice collectors to serious investors, people are always hunting for key dates and high-grade examples to complete their collections. The 1942 D, especially in gem condition, is in high demand because of its historical connection to World War II, its place in the Wheat Penny series, and its sheer rarity in mint state. Wondering how to identify if your 1942 D penny is worth anything close to $69,277? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Make sure it's a clear D under the date. Inspect the color. If your penny is red in color with a brilliant shine and little to no wear, it may be uncirculated. Look for doubling or errors. Examine the date, letters, and wheat stalks for unusual marks or doubling. Weigh the coin. Authentic 1942 D pennies should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's way off, it may be a fake or an off-metal error. Get it graded. The only way to know the true value is to send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. Let's break down a few price examples based on condition. Circulated, good to fine 5 cents, $1.00 extremely fine, XF $1, $3 uncirculated. MS60 to MS63 $15, $50 high grade red, MS65 plus $1,000, $5,000 ultra gem, MS67 red certified up to $69, $277 amazing, right? Now, here's a quick tip for collectors or treasure hunters. If you ever come across a roll of old wheat pennies or even a single 1942 D penny, do not clean it. Cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce the value by 90% or more. Original coins with natural toning are much more desirable to collectors. Before we wrap up, here's a fun historical fact. In 1942, while America was fighting overseas, the U.S. Mint was preparing to change the composition of coins for the upcoming year due to metal shortages. In 1943, they would strike steel cents instead of copper. That makes the 1942 D penny one of the last copper wheat pennies before the war metal shift, adding even more interest and historical weight to this coin. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1942 D mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny, a small copper coin with big-time value. If you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition, you could be looking at a life-changing payday of $69,277 or more. So check your coin jars, old piggy banks, and inherited coin collections. That rare penny could be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1942 Dewey penny or if you have any other rare coins you want us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, and may your change bring you change.